Good morning.
Good morning.
Episode 59.
Here we go.
59 in the books. How are you?
I'm doing great.
I cannot wait to hear about your last 2 weekends.
Can you
I
not?
can't.
I'm worried
wait.
you're going to be severely disappointed when you realize my life is boring.
How about the weather this weekend? The Friday, Saturday, not Sunday.
I'm going to tell you what. I said great right off the cusp. Like, I'm doing amazing. But I'm actually not so well going into the rain yesterday.
Yesterday and the forecast ahead.
The difference in my personality on Saturday to Sunday, drastic.
It's crazy. It's a real thing.
It is unbelievable. The motivation and the happiness I felt Saturday in the sun, and the pure laziness, depression I experienced on Sunday, is night and day.
No, it's real. I feel like we usually get more good weather than this by now, because it's April, whatever. Like, we've had a couple nice days, but not enough.
Not enough.
But you know what they say about the April showers?
Brings May flowers.
There's gonna be a lot of flowers this May, because it was
really hope
dumping.
So.
It's dumping.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Yeah, it was a little sunny on my drive in today, so I was like, okay, maybe there's hope. But it's like for every little patch of blue sky, I can see like an ominous dark cloud moving in as well.
I was listening to the Armchair Expert this morning, and they were interviewing Dove Cameron. You know who that is?
Yes, she's young,
younger actress,
Disney stuff, right? Mainly, okay.
She grew up in Bainbridge Island, so Pacific Northwest. And they were talking a lot about like the Seattle area on that podcast, and they were saying like part of the reason that they think Seattle has such a big coffee culture is because of the weather, and it just like makes us tired and depressed, and like the coffee helps
100%
antidote that a little bit.
100%. I'm surprised there aren't more indoor like activities and entertainment for us here.
That should thrive here.
Yeah.
That's why pickleball is popping up everywhere.
That's right. Apparently, there's a place down in Lacey. It might be worth a team trip one day. It's like an indoor pickleball, maybe outdoor as well, and like restaurant bar, like a whole.
It's called something kitchens, like 21 kitchens or something 23 like that. Kitchens.
Yeah.
So that's there, which is awesome. I've not been, but I've seen it. It looks cool. There's one opening in Soto in South Seattle. That's similar. It's like an indoor and outdoor pickleball court. Okay. Plus multiple restaurants and like a coffee shop and a smoothie bar.
Ooh.
And it's so it's a partnership between like a pickleball person and then I want to say Ethan Stowell, who's like a famous Seattle chef. So the food will actually be great, which is awesome.
That's amazing.
And then there's another one opening. I was researching this weekend.
I love it.
If you haven't noticed, I've gotten a little bit into pickleball lately.
You know what?
I'm
excited for you.
I'm excited to tell you how many times I've played pickleball in the last 10 days. And there's another one opening also in Seattle. So right now there's 0 indoor spots in Seattle.
Right.
There's one in Bellevue. There's one in Redmond. There's one in Everett. There's none in Seattle. So none in Renton either. So I'm driving far and wide to go play pickleball right now.
Maybe that's your calling. Maybe you need to open one in Renton.
It's just the cost to build something like that out just is... I don't want to take it on.
Is it? Do we know? What if it's worth it?
Maybe.
You love it so much.
I do, yeah. I don't know if I want to run one, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
A couple of updates before we get to the weekends.
Let's do it.
Or updates, questions. Where are we at with your duplex? Are we through appraisal?
We should be hearing that today.
Okay.
Today or tomorrow.
Nice.
I get updates from this lender on Tuesdays, but we had the appraisal done last Wednesday. No phone calls, no nothing. So I'm hoping that's a good sign. Sometimes, if there's question and value, they'll give a courtesy call.
Yep.
I'm nervous.
Silence is good.
I hope so. So technically we should hear that back this week, and then we would close not this Friday, but next Friday.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah. And then you're taking us out somewhere.
Let's do it. We got to celebrate.
Congrats. Almost. I can't remember when pre-congrats.
I'm like, I get nervous because like people are like, oh, that's so exciting. I'm like, it's not closed. The money's not in the account.
Nobody has sung yet.
We want to celebrate the little wins, but also like we're still holding
one step at a time.
Thumbs.
Well, we haven't done this in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So how was your weekend the weekend before last?
Okay. I actually wrote down some notes the other day because I was like, I am not going to remember any of this. The weekend before last was really good. So Friday, I wrote down that I met up with some friends at Beer Star. You might have heard me mention Cannon. I'm going to start calling them Cannon. Kelly and Shannon.
Or what would it be? Cannon? No.
Kelly.
Pannon and Sheeter.
Yeah, there it is. Kelly and Shannon and their well, first it was just us moms and our children. And it was ridiculous how many times we started to have a conversation and could not get further into it because of the interruptions from the children.
Okay.
We went to Beer Star.
Nice.
Which I love. I was getting a little vibe from the hostess there that maybe we weren't her favorite. So that was a little bit of a bummer. It's hard to tell because like she had one of those expressions on her face. I'm like, I can't tell if that's like her everyday look or if it's us in particular, you know? But
I'll go undercover and go.
Please do.
I'll get a vibe.
Please do. I hadn't seen her there before. I actually hadn't been to Beer Star in a while, so maybe she is new. All that to say, we did that, and the whole time it was comical how much we were getting interrupted, and I didn't have a ton of time. My parents were coming for dinner that night, so I ended up wrapping up a little bit early and left the group and messaged Shannon and Kelly and was like, can we please just go to dinner or drinks or something, just us ladies without children, and have a normal conversation. So foreshadowing, we got to do that on Sunday.
Nice.
So Friday, my parents came over for dinner. Allie was getting ready to leave for Washington, D.C. early Saturday morning.
Oh, nice.
And so
the school trip?
Yes.
Nice.
And so so they wanted to come have dinner. They brought her little like snacks for the plane. And
nice.
We got pizza from Harbor Greens.
Oh, is it pizza good?
I do like their pizza.
I've had their sandwiches, which are solid.
Harbor Greens is a pretty solid place in general for food. There's their pizzas you can either make to order, or they have a couple different ones that are already made and you can take them home and bake them type thing.
Cool.
So we did that. So then I'll just go through my weekend because I know we're in a little time crunch today.
Yeah,
right?
I'm sorry.
So then she left for DC at like 4 a.m. on Saturday morning. So woke up and said goodbye. Chad took her to the school. And really excited for her to go. And I went to DC in 8th grade. Did you do that with your school?
I never took a plane anywhere with school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, she goes to a private school. I went to a private school in California. So I don't know if it's like a thing private schools do, but,
my private school did not do that.
Okay.
No.
It was,
well, they might have. I don't know. I never got to experience it. But
I was so excited for her because it's one of those things like how fun to be like young and traveling with your friends and go across the country. And so she left on Saturday. She just got back this last Friday night.
Oh wow, like a full week.
A full week.
Crazy.
Amazing. And it was bizarre. Like I had couple moms messaging me like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're leaving. Like this is so tough. Or they were teary-eyed. And I was like, sometimes I feel a little bit guilty. I'm not more emotional about my children. Like I remember traveling once with my friend Allison. We went to Hawaii. We left our kids and she was crying on the plane for leaving her kids. And I was like, I am fine. Like I was like, I don't feel sad, but
just you wait. As soon as they're off for college, you're going to lose it.
I know. That's the thing. And like, I get emotional about other things. And like, I get very, Allie during the week, she called and there was some friendship drama and there's some things.
Oh man.
Like I feel very strongly but her leaving like that to me, her experiencing independence never makes me sad. I actually am like so such a proponent of it.
Totally.
And sometimes
it's just a sign of growing up too. Like,
hopefully.
Anyways. Was it good overall for her?
It was great. Okay. And actually the friendship stuff, I was just like, you really have it's so easy to say this, than to act it out and for people to do. But I'm like, you really let people impact you. Like you get to choose. Like, am I going to let this person treat me this way and continue to hurt my feelings? Or am I going to change my perspective, look for other people that make me feel differently and pursue that and just, have a different approach to it.
Right.
A lot more behind that. But anyways, she chose a ladder, which was great. And she's made some friends that she's known for a while, but spent more time with. And she came home and she was so excited about the time she spent with them. So that was really like my hope for her was, enjoy traveling and getting to see all these cool museums and monuments and all that, but also like just getting connected with people and have it. So that was the gist of her trip.
Nice.
So she left that early Saturday morning. Chad and I had kind of a busy day. We had a listing appointment out in Graham. So we went and we did that. Some fire department friends of his are selling their house. And then that night we went to a couple's house in Lakewood. They have this beautiful property on the lake, and they just invited a bunch of other couples over, and
Nice.
they had dinner for everybody, and they had our pastors from our church come and kind of speak a little bit on marriage. And
Oh, cool.
they just wanted people to get together and share about, like, some ways to strengthen your marriage. And
Wow,
so
that's cool.
it was actually really great. And Chad and I we went into the event. I know you and I have talked about this. Like, you're a little nervous.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know people super well. And it's kind of one of these crowds where sometimes you're with them and you just definitely can tell we are on the outside, And it was such a great evening. Like, we left feeling so encouraged, and we felt like, wow, we really reconnected with people that we hadn't seen in a while and connected with some new friends. And so it ended up being really fun, really
That's
good
awesome.
night.
What lake was it on? Gravelly Lake,
No.
Lake Steilacoom, or American
I
Lake?
think it's American Lake.
Okay.
It's the one by the Tacoma Country Club.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
that American Lake?
The country club's on American Lake.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's that one. It's not the one your parents are on. Yours are on
Steilacoom.
Steilacoom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that one. Okay. Friday and Saturday.
Nice.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, and then Sunday. So Chad was at the duplex kind of getting stuff ready for the appraisal. Yep. We had a couple inspection things that we were working on. And then that's when Kelly and Shannon and myself, we got together just as moms. We went to Tide's Tavern in Gig Harbor.
Yeah.
We're trying to find a place on Sunday that did a good happy hour.
Yeah.
And so that's what we found.
Nice.
Have you ever been out there?
I think once, like a long time ago.
Yeah.
I think we pulled our boat up.
Yes, that is typically what it's known for. People will be out boating and they'll pull in to get food and then go. It was great. It was like we got to sit on the water. We just did appetizers and drinks, and just got to actually like have a conversation without interruptions, which was what we were craving. So yeah, those were kind of the highlights of that last weekend.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you?
I've had 2 very active weekends, very busy, full weekends.
I feel like we have not seen each other, even though it's like
there's been some in passing,
office, but not a ton.
You're correct. Yeah. It's been. I'm a little exhausted, and we're going to Arizona tomorrow, so I'm excited.
That's really exciting.
Yeah, that was getting me through the weekend. I worked a lot this weekend, and I'm excited for
motivation,
some sun. Okay, so the weekend before last, I finished my March challenge, which I had mentioned the previous time recorded. I didn't think I was actually going to be able to finish it, mostly because of weather. Because I don't ride my bike if it's raining. Like that's my general rule of thumb.
Safety.
But I had great weather Saturday and Sunday of that weekend. So Saturday I did a 50-mile bike ride, which is my longest one I've done in a very long time. So it basically started in Renton. Do you know the geography of like that east side much?
Oh, Austin, fun fact about me. I don't know geography like at all.
Even Tacoma.
Like, I'm not kidding you.
Yeah. Okay, so let me just name cities. So I started in Renton. I rode up through Bellevue and then up through Kirkland, all the way up to Bothell.
Okay.
Bothell over to Woodinville.
Wow.
Woodinville down to Redmond, and then around Lake Sammamish.
Okay.
Back down through Issaquah, back through Bellevue down to Renton.
How long?
Very
did
long.
That take you?
It was very long. I usually average like 14 to 15 miles per hour, but it was super, super hilly. Like it was a very hilly. So I was more like 11 miles per hour. So it took me like over 4 hours.
Wow.
Maybe 4.5.
Okay.
And
do you stop at all? Are you like getting off and
I stop
coffee?
I mean, getting my snacks. I don't really stop like at places like stores. I'll like stop on the waterfront for a little break and bathroom and snack and stuff. But that's it. Yeah.
Wow.
Long one. So that was Saturday, and then fast forward Saturday night, we did I did some showings and stuff in the day on Saturday in Everett and West Seattle.
This bike ride?
After the bike ride,
Wow.
Wait, no, sorry. I think showings were in the morning. I think I started the day with showings, then did the bike ride, and then went to a Mariners game with friends.
Oh,
so Brian and I drove to Fremont and ended up leaving my car there, and then kind of hanging out on a rooftop with friends, and then going down to the Mariners game.
Oh my gosh.
So my car was in Fremont,
Yeah.
and we ended up back home that night.
Yeah.
And so I decided I'm going to ride my bike that next morning to Fremont to pick up my car, basically.
Yeah.
So that was like a 20-something mile bike ride.
Wow.
So that was how I finished my biking portion of the March challenge.
Did you stay for the whole Mariners game?
No. Yeah, I think we did. Yeah.
So you went showings
in the morning.
4-hour bike ride.
Yeah.
Rooftop hangout. entire Mariners game?
Yeah, it was a long day.
That is, I can't even fathom.
That was
doing all
a
of that
busy
in one
Saturday.
day.
Busy
Yeah.
Saturday.
And then you woke up Sunday and were like, I'm going to ride my bike.
And I had that plan, and then I got on my bike. I'm like, oh my gosh, my butt hurts so bad.
Yeah.
Because from just the seat, like I just get very sore after a 50 miler. So it was a little bit of a painful bike ride to get to Fremont.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, and then Sunday was really busy. So Sunday I did the bike ride to Fremont.
Okay.
And then I also needed to do more swimming in order to finish my March challenge.
Yeah.
So I went and I was like, I'm going to just, you know what? I'm like, I'm feeling a little good today. So I'm like, I'm just going to do a little mini triathlon today. So I did the bike ride in the morning, and then I drove home, and then I went to the gym, and I ran like a 5K, it's like a 3-mile run.
Yeah.
And then I swam, I think like 1,000 yards. So I did a little mini triathlon that day.
Yeah. Okay.
And that is what helped me finish my March challenge. So that basically between Saturday and Sunday, I swam 0.9 miles, I biked 77 miles, and I ran 7.4 miles.
You're like so similar.
Busy weekend. And then the rest of Sunday, I was doing laundry, cleaning, White Lotus.
Sleeping.
Yeah. Yes.
How's White Lotus? I feel like I'm getting a lot of controversy.
Okay, don't tell me anything. I
couldn't even tell you anything. I don't watch it, but it's just like I feel like there's so many people talking about it.
It's definitely controversial season.
Yeah.
They included some like incest stuff that has which is kind of funny because I follow a lot of stuff online about it, and Game of Thrones, that whole universe has so much incest.
Oh, ridiculous.
And crazy. And it's like why a lot of people don't watch it.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, I'm not like, go incest, but that show, like, people are like okay with it and watch it, but for whatever, like this show, because it's like modern day times, there's people have much more of an issue with it.
Yeah.
But I don't really want to go too far into that.
Yeah.
But the season finale was last night, and Brian's out of town, so we did not. We're watching it tonight, so I'm like avoiding social media today because I don't want to see any spoilers.
Right. Yeah.
So I was actually texting a client this morning, and he had mentioned that they had watched White Lotus. I'm like, don't tell me anything.
You know what? We're strictly business.
Yes.
Right now,
yes. Exactly. Yes, that was last weekend. Very active and busy and good. Yeah, good weekend.
Wow. Really impressive. Okay, just jumping right into this week.
How was this weekend?
Well, it was an interesting week because Allie was gone.
Yep.
And so it's just been a little bit different.
Does Piper like being center of attention?
I know. That's what's interesting because we were like, this is what it's going to be like when Allie leaves for college. Like we've never we've had Allie by herself, but we've never had just Piper.
Is she 3 years older?
3.5.
3.5? Okay.
Yeah.
It's the same as I was going to.
Yep. So but she is 4 grades above. So she'll.
Oh, wow.
She's.
So she'll be a senior when Piper's in 8th grade.
Correct. Okay. Exactly. Good math. Yeah. So anyways, it was good though. Let's see. This last week kind of flew by. Friday was a half day because we are officially on spring break now, starting today. So I actually was at the school on Friday morning and I was helping in Piper's classroom a bit. And then she had a friend come over after school to stay the night with us. And so hung out at our house for a bit. And that was when it was like so nice. So we went down to Reston and we got Forelli's pizza for dinner and just walked along the water. And I was like, to be sure, we're going to see somebody we know because it's Tacoma and it's beautiful out. And we saw Colby and his girlfriend, fiance. And it's funny because
did they have their dog?
Yep. And we were, joking about getting our steps in and
Colby's on my team.
Colby is on your team.
Yes.
Yeah. And when I saw him at Reston, he was already past his 10K.
Oh, nice.
Like, wow. That's impressive. For those who don't know, our company is doing a step challenge this month of April. It's been
a great
really
idea
fun.
You had.
Yeah. Thank you, Chad Erskine, for the inspo. So we did that. And then Friday night we were hanging out at our house and the littles went swimming. And then we were picking Allie up from the school that night as well. So I stayed up past 10 p.m. on a Friday night to grab her. So it's a big sacrifice on my end. But
it's nice the school handles like all the transportation to the airport and everything.
Yes,
like that's That'd be so. How many like chaperones were there on that trip?
Well, okay, so that's a great question because there was a handful of teachers and staff that went from the school, and then a couple of parents as well. So I know Allie's main chaperone was one of her teachers who also has a daughter in 8th grade, and there was only like 4 kids in their group.
Okay,
so I imagined, yeah, small. So anyways, got her, and then so Saturday was pretty funny because we didn't have anything on the agenda, and I was actually so excited about that. I was like, it's going to be sunny and we have no plans. Allie's home, we're going to catch up. Majority of the morning she's giving us a play-by-play
nice.
every day in DC.
That's awesome.
It was funny because I have a friend whose kiddo doesn't tell them much at all. And so the contrast of like, here I am, my kid. At one point, Chad and I were like, we got to pause and like get some food because we've been sitting here for hours and we need a break. And so we left to go get food. And she's like, okay, when you guys get back, I'll give you part 2. And we like looked at each other like,
gosh. You're like, oh, that's funny.
It's great. I love it. I love all the details. But yeah, we were kind of like... So, but it was such a nice day. So Saturday we like went on a walk around our neighborhood. We sat out on our deck, and I have a new book I'm reading. And then we ended up going over to my parents' house out in Lakewood. We took Stella to the dog park.
Nice.
And walked around there, and then went to my parents' house, and we grilled out and had steaks and dinner and played some games with them at their house on Saturday night. So yeah, it was just, I mean, we were just in the sun as much as we could be. And then yesterday morning, Chad and I woke up, and because we've been doing this step challenge and I've been like walking a lot, I'm like, for me, the same thing. I know you have a great area because you have that trail near you. But for me, I'm like, I can't keep walking in my neighborhood every single day. I've got to mix it up. So we ended up going down to Ruston. There's a new coffee shop that opened up down there on Ruston Way.
Okay.
And they do it looks like they had a great little menu for like
Old Town or
it's like on Ruston. So I'm trying to think what it's close to. There's a restaurant. It might be Duke's that it's nearby. Kind of around that area.
Nice.
So we parked near there. Chad was on call, so we had to take his work car. We parked near there, got coffee, and then we kind of walked half an hour this way and a half an hour the other way, so we weren't too far from his car. And it was great. We just had a really good conversation of just kind of we love to dream about future plans and what we're going to do and selling the duplex. What do we do with these proceeds and just kind of making plans and talking about, budget, which is great. So we did that and then came home, got ready, went to church, came back and just kind of chilled the rest of the day, ran a few errands, but really just laid low. It was raining and we were like, you know what?
Did you have a dry morning down here? For your walk on Ruston?
The walk was dry. It was a little chilly. Okay. I was wearing my Theory beanie and we had our warm coffee. By the time it was by about 10 a.m., it was actually pretty pleasant. I was actually really comfortable. But then when we went to church, it was pouring rain. And we went to Trader Joe's, pouring rain. Yeah. So then I was PJs for the rest of the day. Yeah.
It was a deceiving morning. I thought it was gonna be a nice day, but I thought it's gonna burn off, but no.
Yeah, I know. We watched a movie called Super 8 with the girls.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Good.
We were trying.
It's a bunch of kids with their camera.
Yes.
Yeah.
They the girls were kind of we kind of want to watch something maybe a thriller or something scary. And we were trying to think of what's something that's exciting, but not going to give them nightmares. And after perusing all these things, that one kind of came up as could be kind of fun action, alien type stuff. And they didn't last. Really? They got bored.
Did you like it?
I thought it was fine.
I remember liking that movie.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Isn't there something with a train at the beginning?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, that was the weekend. That was it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good weekend.
Yeah. How about you?
Okay, so I was flying solo this weekend. Brian was in California seeing his family.
Okay. Yep.
Last minute trip.
Yep.
Let's see. I worked a lot.
Yeah.
I worked 15 hours this weekend between yesterday and today.
Are you working as in showings?
Showings, offers, negotiation. It was very long.
Okay.
Couple days.
Yeah.
But good. I really enjoy working with clients.
You like selling real estate.
I love selling real estate. That used to be such a small percentage of what I did.
I know.
For the longest time.
So
and I was
funny.
partnering up with other agents on with the clients. It was but now it's recently it's been a big.
This is what you do.
My time.
Right.
And I enjoy it. It was just a lot. I haven't really had like a solid day off in a few weeks, and I'm feeling a little tired.
Yeah.
So
fair.
like I said, excited for Arizona the next couple days.
Yeah.
So Saturday was, let's see, Friday night I played pickleball.
Okay.
I went to I played like a late night pickleball. Well, no, I did 2 different sessions. There's a park in Redmond called Perigo Park, and they have like outdoor pickleball courts.
Nice.
So you can just go, and they have like, it's all like open play. So you just like put your paddle in, and then once 4 paddles get there, they like, you play together.
How
and you
cool.
are constantly playing with different people. So
this is so brave of you.
Thank you.
You just go and make new friends.
That's anytime other than our Monday morning pickleball session we do, every other time I play, I'm just going and playing with strangers, which I love because it's all different like skill levels. I'm getting to play with like really, really good people, people like at my skill. Yeah, it's cool.
Are you not like intimidated with people that are like super, super good? Is it like
I am? I mean, yeah, there's people that are there's
I think that'd be my fear. I'd be like,
yeah, there's so basically a lot of these places you kind of self-identify what your skill level is.
Okay.
So you like put your paddle down and you turn it a certain way depending on if you're like beginner, intermediate, or advanced.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm intermediate. That's kind of I feel like where I'm at.
Yeah.
So I usually will start playing intermediate, and then I like will build the confidence, and then I'll be playing. Then I'll like, okay, I feel ready to play.
I now identify as advanced.
And I don't, but I feel I like playing with the advanced people because they're really good, and I feel like it helps me get better. So yeah, I did a lot of practice. So I want you to guess, actually, out of the last, I think, out of the last 8 days, guess how many days I played pickleball?
8 days. I'm going to go 5.
6.
6?
6 out of the last 8 days.
That's impressive.
It would have been 7, but I was going to play on Saturday, but then showings went super long, so I had to cancel that session. So would have been 7, but I played 6 of the last
sessions.
Yeah, every time, because I only played one time outside. Like every other time is inside.
Okay.
So you have to go during like the designated time.
Okay.
Like there's only, and there's not that many time slots. So I'm literally like driving all over to go to these open play sessions. So yeah, so Friday night I played outside of that park, and then I took a break and went and got like a smoothie, and then I played inside at another place for a few hours. So I was playing like 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. on Friday night. So I got home very late.
Do you have one of those scores? Isn't there like a pickleball score?
Yeah, I've never gotten rated. I think you have to like, I think somebody has to watch you, or
I think you need to do it.
I'm thinking I'm like a 3-0 is what I think I'm about at. Like based on what I've heard other people say. And
no idea.
So basically it's like 0 to 5.
Okay.
I think I'm like somewhere in the middle right now. So
yeah.
But sometimes I feel like I play very, very well. Like I can like hang with the pros.
Yeah.
And other times I'm like this morning I was not playing well. So it's okay.
You might have been a little pickled out.
I might have been pickled out. Yeah. You're right.
Needs a break.
So that was Friday night. And then Saturday I had just like showings all day with 4 different clients.
Yeah.
So I started, I think my first showing was 8:45 and my last showing was at like 6 p.m. or something.
Yes.
So I started in West Seattle on Alki Beach and kind of worked my way from West Seattle north up to Ballard and then almost up to Everett for the last one. So all over.
Do we have anybody under contract? Any of your
one?
Yes.
Well, not the West Seattle one. So
okay, because there was 3 West Seattle. Clients.
I have 3 clients looking West Seattle.
Yeah.
I feel really, really bad for one of them.
Okay.
That we've submitted probably 7 offers.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah.
And not to like, I don't want to share too much about their situation, but like we've submitted offers. The one we submitted last night was I'm not going to name any names.
Yeah, don't.
It was listed at 675.
Yeah.
We escalated to 900.
What?
Did not get accepted.
This is not okay.
It's crazy. It's absolutely, we waived every contingency, non-refundable earnest money, super strong, like every crazy competitive offer, and we didn't get it.
I don't understand what's happening.
It's really bad, and I'm like feeling horrible for them. And
200,000 less over asking,
and didn't get it. Wild. So I am very ready to find them something. I think we're offering on another house tomorrow. So the other day, I think the previous weekend we offered on I had 2 that we're offering on, with 2 that they were really interested in.
Yeah.
We're like, let's offer on the first one first. If we don't get that, we'll offer on the second one.
Right.
We didn't get the first one. Second one felt very confident about, like,
Yeah.
based on what the agent was telling me about other offers. I'm like, okay, I think we're gonna get this one.
Yeah.
And I should not have shared my optimism with the clients because I think that got their hopes up.
Dang
And
it.
we didn't get that one either.
Man.
And it was just like, it's been hard, tough.
Oof.
So I'm really, really hoping we find them something soon.
It's going to be so great when they find the right one.
Yes.
You know?
I think we've dodged a bullet on like 1 or 2 that like I feel like we would have been overpaying for, honestly. So anyway, but West Seattle market's crazy, and I'm just gonna keep going. So we're gonna find them something.
Okay.
But yeah, we got 1 offer accepted that's for a brand new client. This is my first day of showings with him.
Wow.
First offer gets accepted. So it's just like funny how some clients it's just like
it's amazing.
Feels so easy, and others it's like so much time and energy. But really cool house. Inspections happening in a couple hours.
Oh,
so
awesome. You're like, I actually gotta go.
So that was, let's see, a lot of work. Pickleball, did some Ironman training. I did a 37-mile bike ride on Saturday, and then yesterday I did a 7-mile run and then a swim.
How are your steps going? What are you averaging on your steps?
I was like at 22,000 yesterday. Most other days I've been closer to 10. So yesterday was an outlier. You know what actually was so frustrating? Friday did I did a long bike ride, and that like kills my watch battery.
Yeah.
So around 8 p.m. as I'm pulling up to the pickleball place, my watch dies. So I played 3 hours of pickleball and logged 0 steps
Can't
from
prove
that.
It. Doesn't
yes,
count.
it would have been like probably 8,000 more steps that I would have gotten. So I was very frustrated.
Oh man. I know it's getting a little tricky. There's somebody on my team who's like, I did all this stuff, but I realized I set my phone down.
Yeah.
And I
need a wearable.
Watch. So it's been interesting.
I'm like, I kind of want to get the fancier Apple Watch now.
Yeah.
Since it has a better battery life. Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have an April challenge?
April challenge is I'm just doing I feel like I've gone through phases of posting my daily vlogs, and I really enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
And then I'll just not do it for a while.
Okay.
And so I want to like get back into that. So my April challenge is to do one every day.
A vlog.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little day in the life vlog, which going strong. Doing one every day so far.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
I think that's it for me.
Where are you headed in Arizona?
So our friend Mark has his bachelor party in Arizona.
Ooh.
So we are making like a little bit of a longer trip of it. So we're flying. We were originally going to fly in Thursday, fly out Sunday, but flights were just like absolutely crazy Thursday and Sunday.
Okay.
So we're like, they were a lot cheaper if we did like Tuesday to Tuesday.
Yeah.
So we're like, let's just make it a full week and save money on flights and just hang out there a bit longer. So we'll be in Scottsdale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any wedding updates for us?
No. So we were going to work on it this weekend, but then Brian ended up going out of town. So we are hopefully we need to send out invites because it's approaching faster and faster now.
Okay.
So I think Wednesday or in Arizona, Wednesday or Thursday, we're going to try to send out invites.
But you guys have dialed down your venue.
Yes. We have a few more details to figure out before we send out invites, like our welcome party and different things. But we have the contract booked for the hotel we're doing it at. Okay. So we actually are moving full steam ahead.
Okay.
Don't know if I told you this, but one of the West Seattle clients, they were not available for showings one weekend because they were at a wedding in Palm Springs.
Yeah.
Guess where they got married?
Your place?
The first place we booked. So I was like seeing videos and stuff that they posted, other people posted at this venue. I'm like, it was such a cool property.
Was it?
Yeah, we'll do like a 10-year reunion there or something. Yeah. Or not reunion, anniversary party.
Yeah, they call them anniversary.
Renew our vows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Union.
I want to do that. I want to renew my vows and have my kids there and like do a thing, but I don't know if that's going to be our journey.
Yeah.
That might just be a one-sided
chance.
In my relationship. Yeah.
Speaking of anniversary, yesterday was our 9-year anniversary.
Of what?
Of dating. Brian and I.
Wow.
Yeah. 9 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you. What?
I was thinking about you guys. I was thinking about you guys and children. And I was like, you know what I could see? I could see you guys going all of your 30s.
Okay.
Just living your best life.
Uh-huh.
And then when you're older,
adopting an older child.
Well, not even older, but just like choosing later, like in your 40s to become dads.
Yeah.
And like, I was thinking, especially with like our world with real estate, like there's a good chance if you keep working how you are now, you'll be retired when you're 40, you know,
Yeah.
like you could just have this lifestyle that is very much flexible.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was thinking about you too, and just like, I wonder if that will be their journey. It's
It could
like,
be. Yeah.
Work real hard in your 30s, and then come your 40s, maybe you're ready to like slow it down, and then you're open to children.
I could definitely see that happening.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
We were at a like a music recital for, I don't want to like speak badly of anything right now, but we had a music recital for Sawyer, who's Brian's niece.
Cute.
In Bothell a couple weeks ago, and she did great. It was all great, but there were so many kids there. It was like, you know, the Great Wolf Lodge, but
they should be at a child's music recital.
But so all the kids were on the stage, but then they were like, it was multiple grades. So each class would go one at a time.
Yes.
So all the kids were sitting in the audience.
Right.
So just like, it was just a lot. It was a lot.
It is a lot.
It's a lot.
I mean, even for me going to Beer Star with Shannon and Kelly, like I get overwhelmed.
Yeah. I get so overstimulated so quickly. Yeah. Even having like this is the whole dog conversation. I don't love having 2 dogs at our house at the same time, because it's just like so much noise and stimulation.
Oh.
And so like add kids to that, and I know you just adjust, and you like have to just, you find ways, you find peace within your life. But also,
I will say, like, because I had that moment last night, literally, because Sheila, our older dog, she can't hear, and so sometimes she'll just bark, and it's so sharp, and I think she's confused, like she doesn't even know what she's barking at.
Yeah.
So she's barking. Stella's running with a squeaky toy. There's a movie on in the background. My kids are doing something in the kitchen, and I just was like sitting on the couch, like, I'm going to lose my mind. I am going to lose it. But it also is not. It is not like that all the time.
Right.
It's almost
moments.
comical, because you're like, this is unbelievable how much is happening in this one moment.
Yeah.
But it's real.
That's interesting. I've also, because, you know, we neither of us feel ready to have kids right now.
Yeah.
Like having children is a choice, and we're choosing not to right now, but like we still are open to it later.
Right.
Like I think we're open to wanting kids in the future. We're also open to not wanting kids in the future. I think Brian's more on the kid side than I am right now.
Yeah.
Which, you know, is fine. Yeah. And it's not right now. It's not happening. Right now.
It's not.
One thing at a time. Let's get married.
Yeah.
Let's, you know
what?
Let's
do that.
Maybe buy a vacation house somewhere.
Yeah.
Save
Have
more
we put
money.
any offers on anything in Palm Springs?
Not yet.
Okay.
Brian's, again, he's more on that. I'm in a season of life right now.
Yeah.
That I'm like content not adding anything else. I feel pretty satisfied.
I'm kind of surprised to hear that, because I thought you were the one pushing to buy a house.
I'm not. He is.
Oh,
yeah.
Brian.
So
okay.
For me, the thought of adding anything else in my life right now, whether it be another dog or a child or another home, like that all of it just feels overwhelming for me right now. And maybe it's because like we're in the midst of wedding planning, and I'm Ironman training, and work is crazy. Like I just feel like very full right now already. And so
those are also major things.
Yeah, major things.
It's not just like a little. Like,
Brian keeps sending me houses in Palm Springs, and I'm like, I can't even like. I love that you're so excited about this. I just can't even like get myself there right now. Like,
you know what we should do? We should have Brian and Chad send each other homes, because Chad does that to me. Anywhere that's warm, anywhere that's sunny. It's usually California, Santa Barbara, or he's got a thing for Myrtle Beach in South Carolina, whatever.
Yeah.
But he's not on social media, and so he scrolls Redfin. Yeah. That's his scrolling.
Yeah.
And
we'll send them. We'll set up a chat with the two of them.
They would give you, and they would probably. The problem is they'd buy stuff.
They would buy stuff. You're right.
Okay, that was a mistake, but.
Hey, neither of them are licensed though, so I guess
they need us.
Yeah, they need us.
Good luck. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Jamie. It was lovely.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.